This is your First Alert Weather Breakdown, a deep dive into how weather works with meteorologist CJ Cartledge.
And good morning, everyone. I'm First Alert Meteorologist CJ Cartledge here, back on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown for another episode for today. It's windy outside, isn't it, everyone? We're under a wind advisory through the day today, mainly because of the cold front that moved through just yesterday here. So hold on to your hats. It's definitely going to get a bit windy as we move through the daytime hours, not only for this morning, but also through the day. So, but before we get into the local forecast, today is also Trivia Day here on the KSLA First Alert Weather Breakdown, and the topic for today's trivia questions will be severe weather. So we're going to be diving into the first question here right now. So we're also live on Facebook. If you guys want to answer any of these questions here, please leave your comments down in the comment section on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. So if you're tuning into the stream and you want to answer the questions, you want to engage a little bit with the episode for today, make sure to make your way to the YouTube stream at KSLA News 12 or on Facebook at KSLA News 12 as well. So first question of today, what do you call a tornado that forms over water? Now, this will be a multiple choice question as per usual here. So here are the choices that you have here on the screen. I'm going to move myself off of the screen here just so you guys can see everything. What do you call a tornado that forms over water? A water spout? Is it a tornado? Is it a water whirl? Or is it a water twister? I'm going to give you guys maybe a minute to answer the question, either in your head, or you can type it down in the comments below. I'm going to be checking both streams here, both the YouTube stream as well as the Facebook stream, to see if you guys are answering. And I will be sitting here allowing you guys to think. I'm going to take just about 30 more seconds here just so you guys can think of what to say for this question here. And I'll be back in just around 20 seconds or so. All right, and I'm back. I hope you guys have thought really hard about this question. Today's answer for question 1 is water spout. It's actually called a water spout, a tornado that forms over water. A tornado is a tornado, obviously, that forms over land. Water whirl, I do not believe exists, but water twister would be a very logical answer to this question. It would be the closest answer to a water spout here, but the correct term for this question is indeed water spout. Moving on to the next question. Question 2. Finish the popular slogan, when thunder roars, do you wait for the lightning? Do you stand on the roof? Do you go outdoors, or do you go indoors? Now think about this popular slogan. You may have heard it before when storms arrive here, and you may have heard us here, either me, Evan Thomason, or Matt Jones, say this on air maybe a couple times when storms arrive. When thunder roars, what do you do? I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds to answer this question, and I will be right back to give you the answer. All right, giving you guys some time about what to answer here with this question. When thunder roars, you go indoors. It's mainly because of when lightning strikes, you hear the thunder. That means that you are in the area for when you can be struck by lightning. So lightning can strike a very far away, far enough out pretty much to where you can hear the lightning. If you can hear the lightning pretty much, then you're in the zone to be struck by lightning. And that is also a follow-up question for question 3 here. How far away can lightning travel from its parent thunderstorm here? Can it travel 1 to 2 miles? Can it travel 6 to 8 miles, or can it travel 10 to 12 miles? And the last answer to this question is 13 to 15 miles here. So give you guys another 30 seconds to a minute to decide your answer for this question. And I will give you the answer in just around 30 seconds or so. Okay, so the answer to this question is 10 to 12 miles. I heard some people say 13 to 15 miles in the chat. You guys were very, very close to the right answer here, but according to many sources, they actually vary between 10 to 12 miles. Lightning can strike at least most sources have said 10 miles, but other sources have also said up to 12 miles is when you can actually be struck by lightning away from this thunderstorm, or lightning can strike as far as 12 miles away from the thunderstorm here. But we're also going to go into a bonus question for you guys. True or false? During a tornado watch, read this very carefully, or listen very carefully. True or false? During a tornado watch, a tornado has already formed in your area. Is this answer, or this question to this answer, or this answer to this question, true or false? I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to think about it, and we're going to go into the answer shortly after. All right. This is a 50-50 question here. Is the answer true or false? And the answer is false. The answer is false because during a tornado watch, that mainly means that when an area is issued under a tornado watch, just like how we saw yesterday, the ingredients are there to form a tornado, but there's no tornadoes on the ground just yet. When there is a warning, there's more than likely a funnel cloud spinning in the air, or there is a tornado on the ground. Like yesterday, we had a tornado watch and a tornado warning in parts of the Arklatex, mainly in East Texas there. We had warnings over in East Texas, but we did not have any in Louisiana. We had a tornado watch in Louisiana. The conditions were ripe for development because of how warm it was and how unstable the air was. But over in East Texas, there actually was a confirmed tornado along areas along the I-20 corridor, I think just south of I-20 near Kilgore, or just to the west of I-20, just outside of the region here, if I'm remembering correctly. But tornadoes are on the ground, or they're starting to spin up when there is a warning. And when there's a watch, the conditions are perfect for development of a tornado. So it's not just yet a tornado on the ground here. So thank you guys for tuning into the trivia questions for today. I'll more than likely be back with more trivia questions next week. We're going to be diving into the local forecast here in just a few minutes, around 2 minutes or so. And after this quick break here. So make sure to stay tuned for the local forecast and how long these windy conditions may last. I'll be breaking out all the details after this 2-minute break. And good morning, everyone, and welcome back. As you can see, looking through our KSLA Tower camera sponsored by Mattress Plus, we are looking at a breezy scene across the Arklatex right now with some clouds coming in front of that sunshine, as you can see there, slowly but surely across the Shreveport-Bossier area. But it is windy nonetheless across the Arklatex as of right now, and we are expecting windy conditions to last through the daytime hours here. So make sure to hold on to your hats and all your belongings that you may be holding on to, because that wind could definitely take it from you, as it could get gusty up to around 40 to 45 miles per hour at a time here throughout this afternoon or through the rest of today. Here's a look at first alert Doppler radar. Not much really going on in terms of rain, but we are seeing winds mainly come out of the north and west here, associated with a low pressure system that is pretty much swirling up here in the far north and eastern portions outside of the region near Arkansas and Missouri. The center of that low pressure system's up there, but we are going to be seeing windy conditions or feeling windy conditions through the rest of today. Here's a look at temperatures right now. More than likely temperatures that we would see in the morning for the past couple of days here, but they're actually very close to our highs for today. 59 for Shreveport, 58 by Mansfield and Natchitoches, 54 by Minden, 52 still near DeQueen, and around 57 degrees near Nacogdoches as well as Marshall. But here's a look at the wind speeds and direction. We're dealing with a 26 mile per hour wind gust right now, and that is why the camera is shaking so much out there through our just right outside of the studio is what I showed before just a couple minutes ago. It's 26 mile per hour wind gusts or wind speed near Shreveport, all heading out the north and west, as you can see, for the entire Arklatex. 23 for Minden, 26 also for Mount Pleasant, and up in the northern portion of the region near Idabel, around 23 mile per hour wind gusts. But here's the wind speed. This is the look at the wind gusts. So that's the quicker blast of wind speed. This is another word for gust there. 43 mile per hour wind gusts detected near Shreveport and Bossier. Around 30 to 35 to 40 miles per hour for Marshall, Longview, Mount Pleasant. Definitely some windy conditions over there, especially by Natchitoches as well, near the south and eastern portion of the Arklatex. This is making our temperatures feel like the very close to actual temperatures as of right now, but we could still see a wind chill in some areas around the Arklatex as we move through the daytime hours today. Here's a look at the next 5 hours. Windy icons across the board through the rest of the afternoon and into this evening, as winds will be coming out of the north and west at around 20 to 25 miles per hour, sustained, and wind gusts could get up to 40 to 45 miles per hour at times. As we move into future track, as you can see, nothing much really going on through the day, but we could see some cloud cover enter in from the north as a result of the northerly winds. All the rain will stay outside of the Arklatex to the north and east, affecting most areas in northern Mississippi, Arkansas, as well as Tennessee over there. But we are expecting these cloudy conditions to remain until we hit the evening hours. Through the overnight hours, temperatures are expected to drop well into the 40s across the region as a result of the clear skies that are expected by that time frame. And as we move throughout Thursday, nothing much really going on. Friday, same deal. Nothing much really going on. Maybe a couple clouds are expected here, but not much really expected to go on here. But we could see some slight rain chances heading into our Saturday, which is our upcoming weekend. But the wind advisory that is in effect as of right now lasts from now until 7 p.m. tonight, which means wind gusts could reach up to 40 and potentially it's up to 45 miles per hour through the daytime hours. So once again, hold on to those hats. Here's a look at the highs for today around the region. 62 for Shreveport. We're very close to actual highs for today. 58 by Minden, Homer, and Ruston. Around 61 for Natchitoches as well as Manny. 54 up by Idabel and DeQueen. 60 by Marshall as well as Longview. And 62 over by Nacogdoches and San Augustine. Looking at our temperature trend, we are expecting below average temperatures through today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, before temperatures try to make their way back towards and above the average by next week. 75 to 74 is Monday and Tuesday's highs there. Still remaining near or below the average for the entire Arklatex region through that time frame. But here's a look at our rain chances. Not much really expected to rise by much here. Through the rest of the week, little to no rain expected. Even through the rest of the 7-day period, not much rain expected here, and that caused our rainfall totals to reach only around 1/4 of an inch at the highest here across the entire Arklatex here. I'm going to see if I can move myself off of the screen so you guys can see the whole picture. Nope, that's not the right picture there. There we go. That's, as you can see, we're seeing the whole picture around the Arklatex. We can expect upwards of around quarter of an inch at the most here, but maybe up to a half an inch for some areas over in East Texas there, as you can see. But looking out at the tropics real fast, this is Hurricane Melissa, or the remnants. This is not considered remnants of Hurricane Melissa just yet. It's still a hurricane as of right now. I believe it's a Category 2 hurricane at 100-mile-per-hour sustained winds, and it is moving just off of the island of Cuba as of right now. That pressure is slowly increasing, which denotes that it is weakening, moving through landfall and gaining that friction, which is why it's weakening right now. It's moving north-northeast at around 14 miles per hour, and it's expected to continue to move north-northeast as a Category 2 storm, and may potentially continue to weaken as it moves into the through the Bahamas and into the Atlantic once again. But moving up to the north and east here, may, according to its track, is expected to continue as a Category 2 storm, moving northeast and slowly weaken as it encounters cooler and the northern Atlantic, cooler waters, and in the northern Atlantic by Friday morning, potentially as a Category 1 hurricane still. But it'll be out of our hair by the time we reach Friday, more than likely, out of the hair of most areas at land in the Caribbean as well as the United States. It's not expected to hit anywhere in the United States here. But here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Halloween is not on Saturday, but it is on Friday here, as I should adjust that here, but we're going to adjust that for the noon show. We are expecting little to no rain chances through the next 7 days, honestly, in most areas. The areas that could see some rainfall is areas around I-20 and southward, as well as the eastern portions of the region. But we are expecting below average temperatures through Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and through the rest of the 7-day period here. But we could see our coolest morning on Friday, Halloween morning there, which should drop temperatures, or temperatures should drop into the lower 40s, and some for the first time this season into the upper 30s out there. Definitely chilly conditions on the way for us moving through the rest of this work week. But heading into this weekend, slim rain chances are expected. Not much really going on in terms of severe weather, especially maybe just an isolated rain shower or two, and that looks to continue heading through our Sunday, rest of the weekend, and into the next work week here. So thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast for today. We'll be back live again at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow with meteorologist Evan Thomason. On Thursday, he has another topic for you guys that he would like to discuss here. So make sure to tune into the First Alert Weather Breakdown episode for tomorrow. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the trivia episode as much as I did as well. We'll have another topic for you guys next week on different trivia questions. Thank you guys all who had participated as well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't let the wind take over anything that you're holding out there as you're going about your day. Make sure to be weather aware of that wind and, move accordingly with the wind that we can expect through the rest of today here. So, and make sure to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, and I will see you back on this episode on this podcast next week.